What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Sports Exchange. As you know, my name is Brad, back with Tim. On today's episode, we are going to cover all college football. We're going to get into New Year's Six Bowl recaps, the semifinal recaps, and we're going to talk about the national championship game. Also, we're going to go into some transfers and some guys that are leaving early for the NFL draft. Some names you just expect.
Yeah, some you don't.
Some you don't. So with that, we're going to jump right into it. Let's go.
All right. So, Brad, a lot happened this past weekend.
A lot.
Some good games, some great games, and
Some
not so pretty.
Some not so great.
Some not so pretty.
Yeah. Like the semifinal games.
Yeah, that was a big letdown.
Huge.
For both games for me, because both the teams I picked just fell flat.
I expected the Cincinnati outcome. Maybe not that bad. The Michigan game is what shocked me. I thought for sure Michigan would put up more of a fight, and they came out and got land-basted.
Oh, my gosh. So, same for me. I expected Alabama to win, but I think I got caught up in the optimistic and the story behind it.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I was rooting for Cincinnati all the way.
And I think that just carried into my pick. And
it's not like Cincinnati played bad either. They just Alabama's bigger, faster. They just
I think that
they bullied them. They bullied them all.
The players got outplayed.
They bullied them all day.
Yeah. The score wouldn't even really reflect that. But if you watch the game and dissect it like we did,
well, the first drive of the game.
Oh yeah.
They threw it one time. That was for the touchdown. But they bullied them all the way down the field.
Yeah.
So, why don't we say we get started with the New Year's Six games?
Okay.
And we'll talk about the semifinals here in just a little bit.
All right. Well, first up, I got the Outback Bowl I'm going to cover.
The Outback Bowl, all right.
Yeah, do you remember who was in that?
Outback Bowl. Is that Kentucky, Iowa?
No, that is Arkansas and Penn State.
Oh, nope.
I'm going to start with my previous week's bold prediction. And I said Arkansas was going to double up Penn State.
They did do that.
They did. But it wasn't 56-28. It was
no, not quite.
It was more 24-10.
Yeah.
Real lackluster game.
Really, I thought Sean Clifford would play better in that game.
Yeah. I mean, KJ Jefferson showed up as we thought he would.
Right. Exactly.
So KJ had 14 of 19 for 90 yards.
Pedestrian numbers, passing wise. Yes.
But he had 20 rushing attempts for 110 yards and one touchdown.
And there's a difference.
Yeah. And threw one interception.
Did he throw an interception?
Yep. After over 170 attempts, he finally threw the interception.
Well, I think it's got to happen.
Bound to happen.
Bound to happen.
Bound to happen.
Yeah.
Raheem Sanders had 13 rushing attempts for 79 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Okay.
Also pedestrian rushing yards, but against the Penn State defense.
Penn State's
you know how Big Ten football.
Penn State's always tough against the run. Always tough against the run.
Yeah. So Jefferson threw his first interception, like I was talking about.
Yeah.
Within the first 5 minutes of the game.
Really?
Within the first 5 minutes of the game.
See, I missed the start of it.
Yeah.
So that's unfortunate.
But it did happen to Sal. Greg Books, one-hand interception. It was pretty. So style points.
I mean, you can't be mad about that.
Style points.
Can't be mad about that.
And Arkansas went in trailing in this game at halftime.
Yes, Penn State was up 10-7.
Yeah, 10-7, and then Arkansas came out in the second half and went 17 unanswered, and pretty much shut the door on Penn State.
Yeah.
Penn State is not built for that comeback of a deficit.
No, they're not. Not at all. If you can jump on them, if you can keep it close and jump on them early in the second half like Arkansas did, you can put them away pretty easily.
Yeah, put them on the shelf. So on Penn State side, you mentioned Sean Clifford. He was 14 of 32, 195, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions.
But less than 50% passing.
Yeah, and the stat that shocked me is Penn State had 6 different running backs played in that game. All 6 of them combined for about 125 rushing yards.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And
that's not a stat I thought would happen.
No, because you would assume with them, practicing against that defense that they'd be better prepared to go up against, they say in the SEC they're bigger and stronger and faster. Well, obviously they proved it.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's all I had for that one.
All right, so let's get into the Sugar Bowl. Any idea who that was in that one?
Is that the Baylor one?
That is Baylor.
Yeah,
Baylor Ole Miss.
Oof.
So
We got to start out by talking about Matt Corral.
yeah, that was just
I hated to see it.
terrible situation. I heard his X-rays came back negative,
Yeah, it's just a sprained ankle.
so that's a positive.
Yeah.
But you hate to see it. A guy that put his heart and soul into that program,
Oh yeah.
and from day one said he never thought about opting out of the bowl game. He was going to play with his teammates and finish what they started.
And was highly criticized for doing it.
Absolutely, because if you are a supposed high draft pick or in the first couple of rounds, they assume you should just not play in the bowl game.
Yeah. It's like a double-edged sword. It's like you're selfish for not playing in the bowl game with your teammates you've been with all year, or the 4 years sometimes.
Yeah.
And then if you
Catch
end up
22.
playing, you look silly.
Right.
And
It's like a catch-22.
Yeah.
You'll never win in that situation. So it sucked to see him go out like that. I'm glad it's not
Right,
a
it's not
serious
serious.
injury. That makes you feel a little bit better about it.
yeah.
But Ole Miss really struggled in this game, especially after Matt Corral went out.
Yeah.
So Baylor ended up winning that game 21-7. So that was also a very lackluster game.
Yeah, I believe it was 7-0 for the longest time, and then it was 7-7 for the longest time, and
Yeah.
then fourth quarter Baylor just kind of put it away.
Yep. So, like you said, another really lackluster game. Didn't really give you any excitement. We'll get into those games later, trust me. But just nothing real flashy about it.
Yeah, nothing that makes SportsCenter's top 10 list.
But, so as far as the game goes, Baylor's defense had 10 sacks, 3 interceptions, and 1 for a pick six. So, damn good day on the defensive side.
Oh,
of the
yeah.
ball. Like, you can't ask for more than that.
No.
So, then you had Abram Smith, had 26 carries for 177 yards. I really like this
Huge
kid.
day.
I really like this kid.
Yeah.
Like, if you think you're bringing him down with an arm tackle, you are sadly mistaken.
No, you're not going to do it.
Sadly mistaken.
And you better have another guy helping you.
Yeah, so I like the way this kid runs the ball. Love the way he runs the ball. Then you got linebacker Terrell Bernard, 14 tackles and 2 sacks.
14 tackles.
Double digit.
Wow.
Double digit. Yeah, that's impressive.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Players that put up that numbers, their team
That-
should have won that game.
That's the epitome of always being around the ball. Always being around the ball. Because I really should have looked this stat up. I'd really like to know how many plays Ole Miss ran for him to get those 14 tackles.
Oh, yeah.
Like I'd be curious just to see, what the ratio was.
What kind of-
far, yeah, like
Yeah, how
he
many
had 14
percentage of
tackles.
tackles?
Yeah, exactly. Like they had ran set amount of plays. He had 14 tackles in that set amount.
Yeah.
So that's an absurd day. So for Ole Miss, you had Luke Allmeyer. He went 15 for 29 for 174 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Kind of got thrown into a crap situation there.
Yeah, he did.
Um,
But still performed
he did. He did
well for
he didn't
being
play bad.
thrown into it.
It gives a lot of promise for Ole Miss next year.
It does.
So I think it was good for him to get into that game and get that experience playing on the big stage. But like I said, kind of a crap situation. I'm sure he went through practice all week. Didn't get the number 1 reps, obviously, because Matt Corral was still there. So that kind of sucks for him getting thrown into that.
It does.
But a good learning experience for
Yeah,
him
tip your hat to him.
to go forward.
He tried his best, but that Baylor defense was all over.
Yeah. Yeah. So then you had Braylon Sanders, and D'Antonio Drummond combined for 141 yards and 1 touchdown. So, lackluster numbers, wasn't great.
Yeah, better than what I would have done.
I mean, considering what Abram Smith did, that is.
Oh yeah,
that's awful. but so, yeah, not real flashy numbers there for Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Like I said, I mean, they didn't look real. What's the word I'm looking for? Like playing with pace, even when Matt Corral was in. And when he went out, it was just they flatlined.
They deflated, yeah.
It was just
any energy that they had out the door.
Yeah, it was just a flat game for Ole Miss.
Yep.
And then you had linebacker Chance Campbell had 10 tackles and 1 assist.
All right.
So, also not numbers to shy away from. It wasn't 14, but still double digits.
Yeah.
Double digits. Another one of them guys, you want to look back and see, how many snaps did the other offense run to get him to those 10 tackles. Because, I mean, you got some teams that run 80 plays a game, 90 plays a game. You have some that run 60.
Right.
So, I'd really like to know the percentages.
Right.
But I think, and then, Dave Aranda.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, second year.
What a great story.
He accomplished a lot.
Just in the second year.
Yeah, got their first Big 12 title since 2014, which is the third all-time for them. They won the Sugar Bowl for the first time since 1957.
Oh, wow.
Yep. First ever 12-win season.
Yep.
And Baylor's first New Year's Six bowl game victory since it started in 1998.
Jeez.
So, Dave Aranda didn't. I think he's the man for the job.
Oh yeah.
Like,
that's some attributes to add to your resume.
Yeah, he has turned that program around after the perils that it was in after the Art Briles.
Oh yeah.
After that whole dealio, I mean. Baylor just, when they had Robert Griffin III, they were,
that was an electric offense.
Yeah, national top 10,
yeah,
team. But, after that whole scandal or whatever went on there, they've been down in the ruins. And it's good to see them, bring life back to it.
Yeah.
So, I think that's all I have for that game.
All right. I got the Citrus Bowl.
Ooh, Citrus Bowl.
Yep. Kentucky, Iowa. Now.
Lackluster game.
Another lackluster. Especially compared to our predictions last week.
Don't you worry, the last two are going to save us.
We were way off.
I think we went a little high.
Yeah.
A little high.
A little high.
On our predictions.
Because I had the stat about Kentucky's offense being first in the Power 5 conferences, second in all FBS to Kent State. And they put up 20 points.
Yeah.
And
that's what people are tuning in to watch.
Yeah.
20 points.
Especially against Iowa, who had the lead with like 3 and some change minutes left of the game.
Oh, yeah.
And they let Kentucky drive 80 yards down the field.
At least it was close.
Yeah, it was close. It was a good game to watch.
At least it was close. Let's not sugarcoat it. Defensive battles are kind of boring until you get to the end of the game.
Yeah.
Once you get to the end of the game and anybody can win it, it adds that intrigue to it.
Yeah.
But, man, what a boring game to watch up until that point.
Yeah, I tell you who didn't have a boring game. Wandale Robinson.
Yeah.
10 receptions, 170 yards.
I think he transferred.
No touchdowns.
Really?
Just 170 receiving yards.
No.
So, contributed, just didn't put any points in.
I mean, still.
Oh, yeah.
He is electric, though. He came from Nebraska.
Yep.
Transferred from Nebraska. And he was always a threat. Like, when we played him in the Big Ten, always a threat. He's speedy as all get out.
Yeah.
And, first off, I didn't know he had hands like that. Like, I didn't. I didn't know he could catch a ball like that.
Yeah.
Because like when he played in the Big Ten, they mostly ran him out of the backfield, not as a running back, but well, even as a running back, but mostly like passes out of the backfield. So it wasn't like he was lined up as a wide receiver like he is now at Kentucky.
Right. And then on Iowa's side of the ball, Spencer Petras, 19 of 30, 211 yards, 3 interceptions with 1 touchdown. Now, one of those interceptions was a Hail Mary right before halftime. I don't like counting those because it's just a desperation.
They're still in the stat line.
I know they're still in the stat. I just don't think it should count against the quarterback. I think it should just be an offensive turnover, not against the quarterback.
Yeah, there's no such thing as just an offensive turnover.
I know.
You can't.
Let's make it happen.
You can't call it a turnover on downs.
Yeah, and then but Gavin Williams, 16 carries, 98 yards. Sam Laporta, 7 receptions, 122 yards, 1 touchdown. Which I think they should have included him more in that game. It seemed like every time the ball was thrown his way, he was turning upfield, getting yards.
Yards after catch.
Yeah, his yak.
Yak yards.
But I think they should have involved him a little more, especially down the stretch. Kill that time a little bit, not give the ball back with 3 minutes left to go to Kentucky.
Teams are always going to have regrets. They're going to watch the tape.
Yeah.
And, they're going to be like, oh, we should have done this differently. We should have done that differently. Most of the time, there's never going to be a perfectly coached or perfectly played game. I'm guilty of it. I sit on the couch and think I'm the next greatest offensive play caller in the whole world.
He's not.
No.
Nope. If he was a play caller, he would never have a running back on his team. He'd just streak,
Whatever.
post.
Whatever. I'd run the ball.
So that win for Kentucky was the 4th straight bowl win for them, which is awesome. I didn't even think they won that many in a row.
Yeah. That's the thing you just don't think about Kentucky being
No.
Being that.
No. And the defeat for Iowa ended their 3rd.
So
Or
whoever
3-game win
whoever
streak.
won that game was going to have a 4-game win streak in bowl season.
Exactly.
Well, congratulations, Kentucky.
Yeah.
So
Next.
we're going to get into the Fiesta Bowl. This one's going to hurt you a little bit. Going to hurt you a little.
Yeah.
So we have Notre Dame versus Oklahoma State.
Great first half. I gotta say it. Great first half. Except for that last drive Oklahoma State had right before halftime. I think that's what gave Oklahoma State hope.
If you can't sense the sarcasm here, he's upset.
Yeah. I mean,
He's very upset. So we'll just get into it right now. Notre Dame was up 28-7
7, right?
at halftime.
No, it's 28-14 because
28-14. They scored
touchdown,
one.
yeah. And
So,
then just went off with it. Second half.
Yeah, they
I'm gonna sit back with this. I can't take it
they didn't even score in the second half
until the 4th quarter.
until the fourth quarter.
They should have scored, but Jack Holmes threw that interception right right before they got to the red zone.
Yeah, so I hate to bring this up. I hate to bring this up because I hate seeing you upset, my friend.
I know. Well, you picked them to win too, so
I did. We were both wrong.
both wrong.
Close
Close on the scores though.
Yeah, it was a thrilling game. Obviously not the outcome we thought. Or
If
you
I wasn't a
wanted.
Notre Dame fan, I think besides the Rose Bowl, which we'll get into next, those 2 games were the most entertaining
Yes,
out of the whole weekend.
Absolutely, and points do that. Like obviously the more points, the more excitement you think you're getting.
Yeah, you got points, you got records, you got comebacks.
Yeah.
It,
Yep. Both these games, the Fiesta Bowl and the Rose Bowl, had comebacks.
and record.
14-point comebacks, to be quite frank. Both of them.
Well, I think Oklahoma State's was 21. We were at 28-7.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Anyway, so let's get into some stats.
Yeah, let's just do it.
So you got Spencer Sanders. He went 34-51 for 371 yards, 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
4 touchdowns. 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 4 touchd pretty good game.
Yeah, I know.
I know you know.
I know.
I wasn't, in the first half, was not impressed. Was not impressed with him. Somewhere along the line, I don't know if it was halftime or what, but I don't know. He decided to
I
turn
think
it on.
Oklahoma State filled up the Gatorade coolers.
For Notre Dame?
Yeah, during halftime.
Maybe. They could have been drunk. So then you got Tay Martin. He had 10 receptions for 140 yards and 3 touchdowns. After 2.
Oh, yeah.
2.
This man right here was
Incomplete passes.
yelling at Tay?
Yeah, Tay Martin.
Tay Martin. Yelling at him. It hit him
Right in the
here.
hands.
Right
Well,
here.
The first one hit
As
him.
he's
First one hit him right in the shoulder.
Yeah.
Dropped it. The next one floated a beautiful one right over the head of the defender. Hit him right in the hands. Dropped it. I was like, just tell him to stay in there from now on.
Yeah.
Like-
You would have thought he was rooting for Oklahoma State. He was so mad. Because we both played receiver in high school.
Yeah.
And when you see it happen, you're just, what are you doing?
Exactly. And it's like, it's almost like he didn't think the ball was going to get to where he was at.
Yeah.
But then, after that, I think his next 3 receptions were touchdowns.
Touchdowns.
So he obviously redeemed himself from the 2 drop passes that hit him literally.
Yeah, and yeah, here we are still talking about the drops.
Yeah,
We're talking more about the drops than we are the touchdowns.
yeah. But, I mean, good game by the young man after those. Then you had Brennan Presley, 10 receptions for 137 yards.
Yeah.
No touchdowns,
Yeah.
but still.
So,
I mean, that is still a damn good game.
it is.
Double-digit receptions. So,
You got some Notre Dame stats on that?
somewhere.
I'd like
I was trying to
to talk about.
talk about the winning team more.
Yeah.
So, all right, so we'll get into it. Jack Cohn, 38 for 68.
50%.
No, he'd have to be 34. 10.
Oh, yeah.
509 yards.
Math's hard.
What is that? 5 touchdowns?
Yeah.
1 interception.
Yeah, that one interception cost the game. I think. I think if we would have scored on that drive,
I mean, to throw the ball 68 times in a game, that's insane.
we missed Kyron Williams.
You did, for sure. I mean, who wouldn't?
Yeah,
But still, you went away from everything.
we did. It wasn't working. I think our longest rush was
But
like
you
4
still
yards.
gotta try it. You can't throw the ball 68 times. That never works.
It almost did. We lost by 2.
You did lose by 2. But come on, you gotta. There has to be some sort of run. You have to at least make them think you can run the ball a little.
Yeah. I mean, Sanders only threw it 11 times less.
Still.
I know.
Then you had Lorenzo Styles. He had 8 receptions for 136 yards and 1 touchdown.
Yeah.
Every time he touches the ball, you don't know if he's going to go the distance or
I know.
like he's speedy.
Yeah.
He's quick. He can always make someone miss. Every time he touched the ball, I didn't know whether he was going to get tackled there or take it 60 yards.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's promise for you next year.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see.
And then you had Michael Mayer, 7 receptions, 72 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
2 touchdowns. All the first half.
Well, maybe he should have came out of the locker room in the second half.
Okay, so I got to get this off my chest. In the beginning of the year, I did not like Jack Cohn. I didn't. And the first 4 games of the season, I was wanting Drew Pine. I was wanting the new kid, Tyler Buckner, to come in. Anyone but Jack Cohn. But ever since the bye week, when everything started clicking for Notre Dame,
They did
And
look
that
way
offense-
better in the second half of the year.
everything clicked. The run game came back. The offensive line was in tune, which set up our passing plays, our play action.
Oh, yeah.
And
Well, that's what.
I started liking him a little bit. But this bowl game, I saw the second half of Jack Cohn during the season and the first half, and I saw the first half of the season, Jack Cohn, and the second.
They came out on fire.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
On fire. Like, I thought for sure Notre Dame was running away with it. I thought for sure they were running away. They were hiding. I didn't think there was any way Oklahoma State came back from that.
But they did.
But they did.
All right.
So, no, we still got a couple more factoids here for you. So, it was a historic game.
Yeah,
to some degree. So Oklahoma State performed the biggest comeback in the Fiesta Bowl history. Coming back for 21 points now.
Yeah.
Jack Cohn broke the record for 509 yards and 5 touchdowns in the Fiesta Bowl. That's a record. Can't be too mad at it.
No,
I mean,
not. I'm just saying, I would like to see the 4 touchdowns in the first half kind of contribute to the second half.
I agree.
Yeah.
Sanders became the second player in FBS history to record with ever having 350 pass yards, 100 rushing yards, and 4 touchdowns. Other players to have done the same thing. You know who it is?
No.
Taj Boyd, Clemson, in 2014.
Gotcha.
So, Jack Cohn didn't play awful.
No, he did in the first half.
In the first half, yeah. I mean, he threw for what, like 300 and some yards for the
There's
first
2
half?
halves of football.
But he threw for like 300 of that in the first
I know. First half was amazing. I was so pumped.
half. I was trying not to root against Notre Dame.
Especially with the house we were watching today.
That's true. We were watching it at my in-laws' house. They're die-hard Notre Dame fans as well.
So naturally, I get along with them.
Naturally.
Yeah.
Anyway, so now that we've covered that game,
Yeah.
let's get into almost arguably the most exciting game of the
No,
night.
that was the most exciting game. From start to finish. It wasn't a lopsided first half like Notre Dame had, and then it wasn't a comeback in the second half. This was a fist fight of offenses going at it.
True, because there was no defense to be found.
There's no defense or special teams for you at some points.
That's fun. I mean,
You had the kickoff return.
well, we did let them score on kickoff return. But Emeka Ibuka for Ohio State,
Yeah.
he was bringing it back to the 30, to the 40, almost regularly on kickoff returns.
Yeah, his last one that he had,
Oh, he almost broke it.
yeah,
He almost broke it. I was hoping.
that saved some time off the clock.
Yeah. So let's jump right into this. So we both got this one right.
Yes, we did.
So Ohio State ends up pulling out a last-second field goal to win the game, 48-45. So I was pumped. Not so much through the first half of the game because the defense looked awful. Awful. They couldn't stop a nosebleed if they needed to.
No, and I was kind of worried because I left, as you know. How close were you to leaving the house and going to watch the game at your house, which you were so superstitiously involved
I
in?
never really thought about it, to be honest with you.
You never thought about it.
No.
Would you have been mad if they would have lost and be like, this is a sign I'm never leaving the house for an Ohio State game ever again?
That might have been a possibility. But I kept my cool for the most part.
Okay.
I yelled at the TV a couple of times, especially on that run by Cam Rising. Oh my gosh.
Just couldn't tackle.
He had him wrapped up.
Yeah, just couldn't tackle.
Comes out of a gaggle of people and takes it down the sideline for a touchdown. And it's so Utah comes out on fire.
Yeah.
On fire. Ohio State looks like it doesn't even want to be there. Go 3 and out, first 2 drives. Looks like they are in trouble. Cameron Rising, throwing darts, running the ball. It's like, can we do anything to stop them?
Anything.
Anything. The answer to that in the first half was absolutely not.
No.
The defensive lines, both of them, honestly, got manhandled, especially in the first half. But once Ohio State's offense gets rolling,
when Jackson Smith and Jigba was
yeah,
catching fire.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that. But I mean, C.J. Stroud. What can you say about C.J. Stroud? Like you, in the first couple of games of the year, I was like, maybe he's not our guy.
Yeah.
Like, maybe he's not our guy. Like, we got to try someone else. We have to try someone else. Justin Fields isn't walking back to the door.
That'd be sweet.
That would have been. I was super excited. But, so, after that loss to Oregon, it was like, we got to try something. We got to try to mix it up. Something's got to get a spark into this team because they look flat.
Yeah.
And so, me, like others in the Ohio State fandom, we were calling for someone else.
Yeah.
Kyle McCord, Jack Miller, somebody come in here and light a fire. And I am so thankful Ryan Day did not take my advice. Because
yeah, what was the game he really shined in? It was like the third or fourth game of the season. I think it was right when Big Ten play started. Nebraska?
He shined in Nebraska. His best game, by far, of the year would be the Rose Bowl. But Michigan State, he picked Michigan State apart all day long.
I'm just talking about like that first game where you really started seeing him like, all right,
this
is our guy.
Yeah, I think that was Nebraska.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so obviously you're not the only team that was like, you know what? Maybe we got to make some adjustments.
Yeah.
But they rested him against Tulsa, I think.
Yeah.
And I don't know. After he came back from resting that 1 week,
he's ready to go.
Dude couldn't miss.
No.
He just, I don't know. I mean, he has a better passer rating this year than Justin Fields. So he bypassed Justin Fields in that category for highest in Ohio State history.
Yeah, it seems like every 4 years you have another quarterback that just is better than the previous quarterback that was there 4 years ago.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Or a year ago.
It's crazy. So, some key players for this game. Obviously, we'll start off with C.J. Stroud.
Okay.
I mean, he went 37 for 46 for 573 yards and 6 touchdowns.
That sounds very similar to the Michigan State game.
Very similar.
Yeah.
He didn't quite have that many yards in the Michigan State game, but we needed every one of these.
Yeah,
every one of these stats that I read off for Ohio State, we needed. So, unreal game by him. Dude, he was dropping dimes all day. Like, down the sideline, corner of the end zone, side of the end zone. It's like he was on autopilot, dude. He was putting them in the perfect spot all day long. It was
especially with those touch passes right over the shoulder. No part of the field left in the end zone.
Or down the sideline, the Emeka Egbuka. Yeah. I couldn't believe that one. That was pinpoint. And so, I mean, he threw for 80% accuracy in this game. 80%.
Who else? I know other people played other than CJ.
Yeah.
And I know you want to talk about.
I do. So you got Jackson Smith and Jigba. 15 receptions, Rose Bowl record. 347 yards receiving.
I'm sorry, say that again. He had how many?
347 yards receiving. And 3 touchdowns.
Dang.
He one pass that was intended for Jackson Smith and Jigba was incomplete. One. He got targeted 16 times, had 15 receptions.
Although I don't like highlighting on the negative, but he also did have the catch where he fumbled right before
he fucking did.
Yeah.
Freaking did. I was upset about that. Like, come on, man. Tuck it away. Two-handed. You know someone's coming.
Yeah.
You know someone's coming.
Should have had that big old jumbo screen right where you can see it.
Yeah. But, no. the stats speak for itself.
Yeah.
Like, just the kid went off.
That wasn't going to define his night.
No, not at all. Not at all. But I do one other thing, a couple other things on C.J. Stroud. The 573 yards,
Yeah.
Rose Bowl record.
That's a Rose Bowl record?
That's a Rose Bowl record.
Okay.
The 6 touchdowns he threw, also a Rose Bowl record.
Wow. You would think with so many Pac-12 quarterbacks and the systems that they run,
Right.
you would think some other quarterback that's played in the Rose Bowl would have
Something.
something.
Terrible.
Yeah.
But he blew those
Yeah.
numbers out of the water.
Yeah.
And Jackson Smith and Jigba also blew those numbers
I
out of the
don't
water.
even want to know who had the record before and how many yards they had, because I don't think it'd be anywhere near.
It's not. I think the previous holder was Keyshawn Johnson from UFC. The number was in the 200 somewhere. I'm not exactly sure on the number, but that's who the previous holder was.
Gotcha.
One other player that I want to highlight on the Ohio State side is Marvin Harrison Jr., son of the Hall of Famer. Marvin
And
Harrison.
pretty much looked like him out there.
He does.
Like a young version of him.
And C.J. Stroud actually calls him Route Man Marv because his routes are so crisp. Good nickname. But he had 6 receptions for 71 yards and 3 touchdowns in his first start. With Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave being out, first start, come out with 3 touchdowns in the Rose Bowl.
Yeah.
Unreal.
So, I really didn't like seeing that because it's just a preview of what Notre Dame has to start the season with next year.
Yeah. They reloaded, my friends. They didn't.
No rebuilding.
No rebuilding. They just flat
Retooled.
reloaded.
Yeah.
It may look a little different,
Yeah.
but the Rose Bowl was a preview for 2022.
I just hope, because Ohio State is kind of like one of those programs where it gets them a while to get going. So I kind of hoping we catch them early when they're not.
Yeah,
rolling.
but Notre Dame took a while to get rolling this year.
I
So that's who I got for the Ohio State side. There's one player I really want to give a shout out to on the Utah side of this. That is Cam Rising,
Yeah.
the quarterback. Dude was playing fabulous,
He really
fabulous. He was 20. He was 17 for 22 for 214 yards, 2 touchdowns. Also rushed the ball 11 times for 92 yards and a touchdown. Before, and I want to say this, I want to say thoughts are with Cam Rising
Yes.
after getting knocked out of the game.
Yeah.
Looks like most likely concussion. But you don't ever want to see anybody get hurt, especially when they're playing such a great game. Like, he came out and he was ready to play, and he gave Ohio State everything they could handle. Everything. And so it was terrible to see him go out like that, just like Matt Corral for Ole Miss.
Yeah.
You don't ever want to see that, although I believe Cam Rising will be back next year for Utah. But the kid was playing lights out. I mean, like I said, giving Ohio State everything they could handle. And so I just
Almost
want,
too much to handle.
Yeah, so I just want to give a shout out to him. But yeah, so Ohio State started slow. Utah was kicking the crap out of them. In the second half, Ryan Day came out and said that some guys stood up in the locker room, basically challenged everybody. Defense came out, only let Utah score 10 points. Ohio State's offense, like I said, once it gets rolling,
Oh, yeah. It's hard to stop.
It's a train hard to stop.
Yeah.
And Ohio State kicked a field goal with 12 seconds left, which I didn't really understand why they left so much time. Like, why not wait until, 5 seconds?
See, I think there was a difference between the clock that was actually in the stadium and the clock that was actually shown on the TV. Because as Ohio State,
Well, I knew
like
they were
their
having...
last play, the clock stopped, and it shouldn't have. The ball was set, clock wasn't running, it wasn't even a first down.
Huh.
And the clock stopped. No one announced a timeout. The teams didn't go to their own sideline in a huddle. but the clock stopped for like 10 seconds, it seemed like.
Well, I know
And
they were
then
having.
they snapped the ball, the clock ran, then they got the first down, I think they called the timeout, and then they kicked the field goal.
So I know they were having all game. They were having issues with the play clock.
Yeah.
All game long. Also, one other player I want to give a shout out to on the Utah side.
What's that?
Can't remember his first name, but that Covey.
Oh.
Kickoff return for a touchdown. I don't know how many receptions he had. I don't know how many yards. But when the kid touches the ball, look out.
Yeah.
Because he's gonna make something happen with it.
Yeah, this cat. Move this camera. Y'all just bear with me real quick. Darn cat.
All right. So now that we've covered the New Year's Six Bowls,
Yeah.
we'll get into the semifinals. I know.
Back to the lackluster.
Lackluster. On one side, anyway.
Oh,
On
yeah.
one
I
side,
mean, if you're
one
an
side
Alabama
of each
fan,
game.
if you're a Georgia fan, you love
Yeah, you were
to
super
watch
excited.
those games. Being a bipartial or whatever, you're not really a fan of either team.
So
You just really want to see a good game, and it wasn't. It's really
So-
one-sided.
I picked both these games correct.
You did?
You did not.
No, I didn't.
You picked them both wrong, actually.
Yeah, I got carried away with Cincinnati.
So we'll go right into it. We'll start off with the Orange Bowl. And this is going to be fun. So we made a bet at the end of the last show. We decided it would be who out of Stetson Bennett and Cade McNamara, because I'm pretty sure I let everybody be known that Cade McNamara has a hard time showing up in big moments. And it reared its ugly head again.
It did. And I didn't think it would, but it did. And it's going to cost me, because what's my punishment, Brad?
Well, Tim's going to take the Pocky one-chip challenge as his punishment for losing, because he said Stetson Bennett would be the first one to turn the ball over. And I said, it'd be Cade McNamara. Well, with the 2 interceptions that Cade McNamara threw,
Yeah.
to the 0 that Stetson Bennett threw,
Yeah.
you're going to have some fun with this one.
All right. And then I have to finish the podcast
Yeah.
while eating it.
Yep.
Or after eating it.
Yep, you're going to have to finish the podcast after you.
All right. Well, I'm glad we don't have that much left to talk about. We do have some audience members that want to be here for this, so we're going to cut, but we'll be right back.
All right, so now we got our audience here.
You never wait for me to sit down when we.
Nope, I'm super excited.
Come from a cut.
Nope, I'm super excited from this part.
Everyone just sees me go.
Yeah. So we got the audience members here, which my wife, his wife, that's our audience for the day.
She's just dying to see this.
So Tim,
I like it to open.
there you go, my friend.
All right.
Not gonna lie, guys, super excited for this.
Yeah, I never thought about consuming edibles part of challenges.
Here, let's read some facts on it while you get going.
Yeah, because I haven't got no gloves because someone didn't bring them.
I didn't. So this chip is rated at 100 or 1.6 million Scoville units.
Ah.
Okay, that's hot. So, the rules for it. Oh, you're going for it. The rules are: eat the entire chip, wait as long as possible before drinking or eating anything, and post your reaction. So, YouTube, here you go.
We've had that for a while. That's stale.
Yeah, I bet.
It's been in the cold.
Hopefully, none of the flavor has worn off.
Well, we've got some flavor. It's supposed to be this chewy?
I don't know.
Let me know. I don't think it's supposed to be this chewy. It's that chip. That's hot.
All right, well, while we let that get going, we'll go into the recap for the Orange Bowl. All right?
Oh, I licked my lips.
Yeah, bad idea. So, Georgia, 34, Michigan, 11.
Okay.
So, Georgia pretty much dominated from the opening kick. Got up 14-0. Got up 14-0 before Michigan even knew it.
Yep.
Oh, already? That's not going to help. That's not going to help.
I can't get the crumbs out of my mouth.
No, it's true. Keep going. So, they got up 14-0 early. Stetson Bennett managed the
Oh, it
game.
gets worse.
Yeah, that's. I can't even get into the notes. I'm gonna enjoy this. Caitlin, you're gonna need to get this man more milk.
I am gonna have to get him more milk. He's dribbling.
Not a paper towel. I can't feel my lips.
This is the best punishment we've had on this podcast so far.
You want me to go refill it?
Don't burp.
Oh.
You're worse, I'm sure.
You want me to go refill it?
Well, get another cup. This ain't leaving my hand.
Caitlin, remember, don't kiss him tonight.
Oh, you think it's died down? It no.
This is the greatest moment in the Sports Exchange podcast history. In its short history. Are you sweating yet?
Yep. My nose is running. Caitlin!
He's out of milk!
I'm out of milk. Why didn't you fill it up?
He is, too!
Oh, crying.
I'm coming!
Oh, I know you can move faster than that.
I would go fill that cup up now and go. I'm almost out of milk.
There you go, Caitlin.
What?
We're almost out of milk. Blame
You did not understand the assignment.
Blame your daughter.
Don't worry, we got half a gallon at the house if they need to run back and get it.
I think you should have done this last on your podcast.
No, we really need to make him suffer through it.
It was good until I exhaled.
Yeah.
Whew. Oh.
Like I said, folks, 1.6 million Scoville units.
Yeah, isn't this hotter than the other ones were?
Yeah, yep. So they got Carolina Reaper and Scorpion Pepper on these ones. So, yeah.
Does pickle juice kill taste buds?
They're
That
pretty
is
hot.
moonshine.
No,
That's
it's
not.
Oh.
That's not moonshine.
I don't think it should mix.
Everybody say hi to Caitlin.
Hi.
She's Tim's lifesaver right now.
That and pickles.
It'd be a shame if I spilt this milk, huh?
Do not spill the milk. You guys
You know
need
they say
to
there's
clean
no
up your
shame
glitter.
in spilled milk or crying over spilled milk. There would be.
There is over breast milk. Good lord.
Wow.
This is fantastic, folks.
That milk got warm by the time I got done, or before I got done with it.
It's ice cold milk.
I'm breathing fire. I need another paper towel. This is.
Just give it the whole roll.
You know what, guys? We may need to cut and just let Tim cool down for a minute.
Oh, it's getting better. Plus, they need to see it.
Oh, God. Is it really getting better? That was aggressive, Tim. I don't like that.
I don't like how you're moving so slow.
I'm just enjoying the show, Tim.
Nope, makes a comeback.
Okay.
We got toilet paper ready, right?
Yeah. Big thing from Sam's. Oh God, his asshole.
Sam's Club, sponsor our show.
FYI,
I'll take just Charmin.
you're not kissing me or coming near me for a long time. There's no more milk, Tim. We're out.
Oh, crap.
Blame Kaylee.
You might want to just let some of that sit in there.
I forgot it was me.
Yeah.
Drink some pickle juice. Maybe that'll kill the heat. Let's see how to kill the heat.
You're out. You're gonna struggle.
All right.
You can go put your face in the snow and just eat snow. Do you want some? You want some snow? Oh my God!
It's not gonna get better, Tim.
Uh-uh. Wow. Why?
And he took another sip.
Oh, it just tastes bad.
Don't drink water. It
I
makes
know,
it
it spreads
worse.
it.
Do you want me to go put snow in a cup? No, don't drink water. That's water. Oh.
Will you go get me a beverage?
What do you want?
It says alcohol doesn't help either.
You don't want alcohol, Tim.
I thought I was supposed to.
No, it says
It's supposed to.
don't drink water or alcohol. It
So,
will
everybody-
spread the burn.
We've said hi to Tim's wife.
No.
There's my beautiful wife right there hiding from everybody. Say hi, Michaela.
No.
She's being antisocial right now, folks.
Hi.
That's Tim. He's struggling still. It should be good there. That's better than it was prior. How was your mouth?
Non-existent right now.
Literally the only option.
Lemonade?
It's the only thing I got.
It's acidic.
It's the only thing I got.
We have half a gallon of milk if you want to go back to the house.
You
It's
want
getting
a
better.
box?
It's getting better.
Maybe if you chop it.
All right, I think we can continue on.
Okay.
If you want to continue with the whatever you're doing, I wasn't paying attention to what you were saying.
Okay, that's fine. So we'll ask our guest to leave now.
Rude.
You guys have a great rest of your night. Now that we've introduced you guys to everybody in YouTube land.
Yeah, you were gone.
Yeah.
They only got my forehead.
They got my whole body hiding.
Yeah, she was definitely hiding. She was definitely hiding. So.
That's funny.
Anyway, you were
Oh, okay. Are you guys leaving?
just let him sit there.
I don't want to let him sit there.
Because something might happen.
Look at
I don't know. It's really hard for me to think right now.
you. Look real nervous.
Please. No, I'm just. Read letters. Read words.
I can't.
This sucks.
I can't even read right now. You want to try to read it?
Sure. All right. I don't know how far you got into.
Oh, you can just, you might as well just read this whole paragraph here.
All right. What's that word? You wrote like half cursive, half.
Asserted.
Oh, okay. Okay. Georgia basically asserted its dominance from the opening kick. Getting up 14 early, Stetson Bennett managed to come. No, it's not good. Managed the game good throughout, and once again, besides the Ohio State game this year, Jim Harbaugh, Cade McNamara can't handle the big game. Oh, the big game spotlight. You need some punctuations.
I'm sorry.
Especially
It was 1 o'clock in the morning, Tim. I was trying to get it written down.
in spotlight. In typical fashion, McNamara made costly mistakes on the big stage. Oh my god. Usually I wouldn't read right off of this. It's really.
But it's a great punishment.
As for Georgia, they came out ready for a fight coming off the loss to Alabama. The defense really stepped up and holding Michigan to just 11 points. And pretty much only held them to 3 points for the longest time.
Yeah,
And
like
still
Michigan
midway through
didn't
the
score.
fourth.
Michigan didn't score until late in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
And then also got a 2-point conversion on it.
Yeah, I didn't really understand that. Like,
I guess they were trying to get to double digits. I mean, I guess they got double digits to kick the extra point. So I don't know.
go from 10 to 11.
I mean, it's Jim Harbaugh. I've learned to expect the wildest things.
Every little bit helps.
So, was there anything that surprised you about the Georgia-Michigan game, or?
Just how flat Michigan came out. I didn't think they were going to come out that flat. I thought they were going to come out with more energy, especially on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah. Aiden Hutchinson and David Ajabo really didn't.
They were neutralized.
Yeah, they didn't really.
Didn't have that X game.
I thought
that
for
X
sure.
factor impact.
I thought for sure they'd come out and be hyped up, which I'm sure they were, but like they didn't assert their dominance that they had all year.
Right.
And
Well, they
that
haven't
kinda-
played an SEC team,
That's true.
so.
But no, I don't know. That's the only part that really shocked me was how neutralized they actually made Aiden Hutchinson and David Ajabo.
Right.
Like, I thought they'd at least have a few sacks between the two. And I definitely didn't see Stetson Bennett carving up. But he managed the game well. Couldn't ask for anything else from him. He's not like the guy's going to throw it downfield, over and over and over again.
Yeah.
But, like I said earlier, Cade McNamara reared his.
I don't want to hear that name ever again after eating that chip and what he did to me.
I bet you won't ever bet against Stetson Bennett again.
Unless JT Daniels is available.
But no, it was just a flat out whipping.
Yeah.
From the time the ball kicked off to the time the game ended. Michigan just they got their butt whipped up and down the field.
And speaking of Michigan, just recently reported Harbaugh might be leaving Michigan.
I heard, don't quote me on this, I've heard that sources have said that Jim Harbaugh is leaving Michigan to go back to the NFL.
Or not Oakland, Las Vegas Raiders. That's what
I've heard,
is
because the source also said it wasn't the Bears
no.
and it wasn't the Jaguars.
You know who's been leaked to the Bears? Jason Day.
Who's Jason Day?
Or Ryan Day.
No.
Jason Day's a golfer.
Yeah, Jason Day.
But Ryan Day has been leaked to the Chicago Bears opening coming up.
Not
Nagy's not going to be there.
No, they already informed that
Yeah.
guy that he's not going to be there. Ryan Day is not leaving Ohio State. I say that with a pit in my stomach because if he does, I'm going to be upset.
Well, you already said it since Justin Fields went to Chicago. You're a Bears fan now.
I am.
Even though he has not done a single good thing in Chicago.
Justin Fields, he's shown some promise.
You see other rookies have rookie years. He has not had one of those typical rookie years. He's on the bottom tier of the rookies.
Because he's playing behind a garbage offensive line.
Yeah, team does make a difference.
Garbage.
I mean, but
Hot
look
garbage.
what... Yeah. I think I expected more out of him.
He's looked better than frickin' Trevor Lawrence. But what's Trevor Lawrence got? A garbage offensive line.
That's just a garbage organization.
Truth.
I'm just
That's very
up,
true.
down, all around garbage.
Yep.
All right. Enough of that. There was still another lackluster game that night.
Alabama, Cincinnati. Actually started off the day.
So, yeah. So as expected, Alabama came out and just displayed their dominance
Bullied them.
like they've had for the last 15 years in college football.
I'm sick of it.
I'm sick of it too, and I think it's kind of hurting college football. Not a lot of people tuned into that game.
No. Not at all. Really.
Everyone was pretty much excited, like we were, for the Georgia-Michigan game.
Well, I'm pretty sure everybody thought Alabama was going to come out and just mollywop them, which they did.
They did, but they did it in a different fashion. So Nick Saban, being the genius coach that he is, changed up his entire scheme, which he has not done all year. So anything that Cincinnati had studied for the previous 4 weeks leading up to that game, out the window. This is hard. There's something stuck in my throat. I'm not gonna get sick. She looked at me like, do I need to leave?
Yes, you do.
Plus, it's all that milk.
You did just chug like 30 glasses of milk.
Yeah. But yeah, Alabama came in like 80th in FBS and rushing offense. And they racked up the 6th highest rushing total in all the bowl games.
Really?
Yeah. So, so Williams didn't have that high productive game.
Yeah, so they limited Jamison Williams, which obviously was going to be the goal coming in.
I don't think they limited. I think that was part of the game plan. They were just going to sprinkle him in there to open up the box and start running the ball again.
Well, it could have been, but I mean, I get it if they did change the game plan, but I doubt they were just going to not use him like they normally.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they could have gone back. If it didn't work, they would have gone back to what's been working for them all year.
I'm sure, but they came out and said, we're bigger, we're faster, we're going to bully you until from quarter 1 to quarter 4. We are going to run the ball down your throat until you can't handle it anymore. And that's exactly what they did.
Yep. Let's see. Trey Sanders, running back for Alabama, actually came in, and it was really good to see him come in and contribute.
Be productive.
The last 2 seasons have not been great for him. Before his freshman year started, he got injured, out for the season. Going to come back, played a few games, got in a car accident, out for the season.
Some kids, man.
Luckily, luckily they had Najee Harris.
Right. They had big names.
Yeah, they had big names still, but he was a 5-star recruit. He was 6th running back ranked in the nation coming into Alabama, and that happens to him. But it was good to see him on the field, being productive. Not a big contributor. I mean, but with the game that, oh my God, I can't even think what the other running back name was. Ooh.
I don't really know anybody on Alabama, so.
Oh, gosh. All right.
Still bad.
Yeah. Brian Robinson.
Oh, number 4, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
He had 204 out of the 302 rushing yards Alabama had.
Dang.
Yep.
That's a day.
This was a bad idea to do in the podcast. I could not keep a straight thought. It just goes right out. Like I'm literally not even looking at the camera.
It's the perfect punishment.
I don't think it is because it's not that great to have on camera. I don't know what else to say about Alabama and Cincinnati.
You can't really say a whole lot. Alabama came out and whipped the crap out of them.
Right.
That was pretty much the end-all, be-all of that game.
Right.
So we're going to get out of that. That's all the recaps that we have for you. We're going to preview the national championship game between number 1 Alabama and number 3 Georgia.
Let's go.
I don't see much changing. I still think Kirby Smart has never beaten Alabama. Never.
No.
And I don't see that changing this Monday night.
I'm the other way.
I think it'll be closer. Don't get me wrong. I think it'll be closer than it was when they met in the SEC championship game, but the result will be the same.
So I've seen also reports, and they don't make sense, but it's enough to just bring it up. There was a kind of a game plan, secret game plan. Figure out, play your Georgia style in the first half, and then not show them everything in the second half. Like they lost the game on purpose, or didn't.
I mean, they could have
not lost the game on purpose.
They could have because
they didn't compete to their full extent.
Because I'm sure the SEC wanted 2 teams in the playoffs, and here they are playing for the national championship.
Yeah, it's like they saw this rematch happening.
Oh, everybody did.
Yeah.
As soon as the rankings came out, everybody knew this was going to be the national title match.
Yeah.
Everybody. I knew it. Michigan fans knew it. Cincinnati fans knew it. Alabama fans. Everybody fucking knew it.
Right. I can beep it out.
Perfect.
I have Georgia.
Winning.
I have Georgia winning the national championship.
Call us our bet.
I'm just going. Yeah, our bet?
Yeah, we'll call this game our bet.
Okay.
I got Alabama. You got Georgia?
Yeah, I got Georgia.
All right. That's the bet.
So, just going off the first half of the Georgia-Alabama game, that's what I'm going with.
Okay.
That's all I really got to say about the game. Like, I can't wait for it. I'm excited for it. I think we're going to see another different Nick Saban team out there. I don't think they're going to be the way that they played all season.
No, they're
and
going to
I don't think it's going to be the way that they showed up against Cincinnati.
No, because they can't bully Georgia like they bullied Cincinnati.
Yeah, and Mechie was on for Alabama during the SEC title game.
Also true. But, I don't know. I don't see Georgia keeping up with the speed of Jamison Williams. What Georgia needs to do, Alabama just needs to play their game. If Alabama plays their game and can play it,
yeah,
Alabama's going to win. Georgia has to keep Bryce Young contained.
Has to keep him contained?
Has to keep him contained. They cannot let him get outside of the pocket. If they let him get outside of the pocket, he is 10 times more dangerous than when he's just sitting back there trying to pass.
Yeah.
Because he can pump fake you, take off on a run. Pump fake you, throw it. I mean, the kid can do it all. And if you let him get out of the pocket, you're asking for trouble.
Oh.
Asking for trouble.
So, I remember I had some stats.
All right.
Just some stats with the game. Alabama's won the last 7 meetings against Georgia.
Yep.
Nick Saban versus Kirby Smart all time. It's 4 years, 2017, 18, 20, and 21. First meeting is 26-23 in overtime. Second meeting, 35-28. And then the last 2 games, which we know is was a regular season game, and then this year's SEC title game. Both ended in scores 41-24.
Really?
Yeah.
Sounds like Alabama was keeping it pretty consistent.
Oh, yeah. You know what else is consistent? Alabama being an underdog for this game.
Yeah.
Georgia's favored by 3.
I don't understand it.
And the last time Alabama was an underdog was back in like 2012 or 2013, 14.
Something ridiculous. Ridiculous.
And it's only happened 2 times since then. And both times have been this year against Georgia. SEC title game, Alabama was the underdog.
Apparently
this
people
game,
are not
they're
learning.
Like, I'm not learning a lesson. I'm not learning my lesson.
I need to go make a bet on Alabama. If they're the underdog, I can make some money off this game.
Yeah. Alabama is also the only team this season to score more than 17 points against Georgia.
Yeah.
See what else I got. Kirby Smart quoted. Yep, I already said that. Alabama has been the underdog twice. I already said that. Saban looking for his 8th title. 7th was Alabama.
Son of a biscuit.
Which already passed Bear Bryant.
Yep.
And then
A lot of people don't like him, but you know what? You can't argue with the results.
you can't.
You just can't.
And
They're national. They're the national title favorite every year. Every year when it starts, when the season starts, they're the favorite.
yeah. And I got another stat you're not gonna like. And I
Sure.
wasn't sure. I was getting different numbers with each site that I was on. But if Alabama wins this national championship, they will have the most national championships of all FBS,
Really?
surpassing Yale, who had 18. This will be their 19th.
Really?
Other websites were saying they were at 16. Now they do have a lot of unclaimed titles.
Yeah.
So I
Which
don't
a
know if
lot
some
of-
were accounting
A
that.
lot of schools do,
Yeah.
which is odd. Because like I don't understand what that means. Like unclaimed titles.
So it's like you won the title.
Is it like
But the-
UCF back in what was it, 2017 or 2018, where UCF claimed they were national champions?
Yeah, well, I think it was going off like you were crowned the champion, tied with the record, but that team that you tied with beat you, but you were still crowned.
Hmm.
I think that's the way they were trying to describe it.
That's interesting. I'm gonna have to do a little more digging into that one.
Yeah, like I said, like each site had something different. I didn't know which one to follow.
We'll have to do some more research on that for sure.
Yeah,
But I don't know. I'm putting all my my hope and prayers on this bet for.
oh yeah, you better not lose.
I know that'd be an upsetting day.
Forget the chip. I'm getting just a plain pepper.
That'd be rude. But anyway, I think the athleticism that Alabama has, and they just reload. They do. Transfer portal,
They get it from all
recruits,
aspects.
like how do you get all these transfer portal guys to want to come in when you're signing the number 1 or number 2 class every single year? But then these transfer portal guys, they still want to play. You want to know why they want to come play for you? Because the likelihood of you winning a national championship is
Oh, yeah, they're-
astronomical.
They're favored almost every beginning. They're 8-1 odds or
Yeah.
10-1 odds.
I'm gonna start betting against them beginning of the year. But no, so I think, like I said, I think the game will be closer. Georgia's key, they have one key, 2 keys. I'll give them 2 keys.
Stop Alabama from scoring
Well,
and score more that they do than
I mean,
Alabama does.
that's just, those are givens.
Nailed.
Keep Bryce Young in the pocket, and keep Stetson Bennett on his feet.
Yeah.
Those are my keys for Georgia to win this game. And that still might not be enough.
I think they need to sprinkle some JT Daniels in there. Some 2-quarterback system.
I just don't.
Give them something different.
I just don't see him doing it.
I know. I don't either.
I think they're going to roll with
But it'd
Stetson
be-
Bennett. And,
Yeah.
but I mean, it'd be a cool underdog story. I mean, I guess Alabama's the underdog, so I don't know how to make that. But no, I think it'll be an exciting game. It'll be better than the SEC championship game.
Yeah.
Because I think Alabama always turns it up at the end of the year. They always do.
Sick of it.
But they came out looking for a fight in the SEC championship game, and yeah, Georgia fought in the first half. In the second half, the fight had left the dogs, so to speak.
I like reading that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But I think Georgia. I think it'll be, like I said, I think it'll be closer. I'm thinking more of a 42-35 type score. 42-38 maybe.
I'm in the low 40s.
But I definitely have Alabama winning this game.
Yep. So I have Georgia. I'm picking 44-40.
44-40.
44-40. All right. Now you came in before we talked about what we're going to do with the show. And you had some interesting news about transfers.
Yeah, so all these guys are transferring from big name programs, finding new homes.
Yeah, does it seem like it's been a lot more this year than any other year?
Yeah, so right now I want to say there's 1,500 players in the transfer portal.
Wow.
And they've hit that mark earlier than they have any other year. So last year they hit 1,500 people, or 1,500 student athletes in the transfer portal on January 25th. This year they hit it January 5th. So 20 days sooner than last year's.
Yeah.
And people are just entering it at an astronomical rate. And it's not just role players. It's star players from these teams. So you got Caleb Williams in the transfer portal right now.
Shocked me.
Didn't really shock me.
It did.
He was the guaranteed starter there.
Yeah.
Guaranteed starter on what is still, I believe, going to be a national top 5, top 10 team. I mean, maybe not after all these transfers.
Well, yeah.
After
you lose Williams.
Well, you lose
And
Spencer Rattler. You lose Caleb Williams. You lose, I can't remember the tight end's last name, but you lose your big tight end. You've lost, I think, 3 wide receivers.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's been insane ever since Lincoln Riley took off. So I got Caleb Williams on this list. Hasn't decided where he's going yet.
Yeah, that's going to be huge.
But there's 3 names of schools that are looking for quarterbacks right now. One of them, I believe, is more likely than the others, considering where Lincoln Riley is at now. So the 3 teams that I think he could possibly go to, and the third one's a long shot. No offense to you.
That was in Notre Dame?
It's Notre Dame. It's a long shot, but they're looking for a quarterback.
Yeah.
They gotta be, especially a kid of his caliber.
Oh yeah, any team would be.
Exactly. You don't have that on your roster right now. Maybe not that caliber. I'm not saying you guys don't have good quarterbacks on your roster. I'm not saying that.
No.
But of Caleb Williams' caliber, number 1 quarterback in the nation last year, you guys don't have that.
No.
So I got USC as the favorite.
Lincoln Riley.
Lincoln Riley's there.
Yeah.
That's his dude. That's the favorite. It's gotta be the favorite. Then I got Texas A&M. Their quarterback just left them. To go to, who's he, Zach Calzada? He went to Auburn. Went from Texas A&M to Auburn.
Replacing Bo Nix.
Who went
So
to
Bo
Oregon.
Nix transferred out of Auburn, goes to Oregon.
And now Zach Calzada transferred out of Texas A&M to go to Auburn. So it's been a big carousel.
This looks like a big chessboard.
Yeah.
You're just putting little pieces.
That's what's crazy about the transfer portal. Like it's free agency.
Yeah.
It's what it is. It's free agency. With the one-time transfer, which don't get me wrong, I completely agree with it. These kids should be able to transfer at least once. If they go to a situation and they were told it was going to be one way and it's not, they should be able to leave. Coaches can leave whenever they want to. And up until recently, the kids were stuck.
Yeah.
Well, now the kids aren't stuck.
Nope.
And it has turned college football more into the NFL free agency than ever before.
And I like it.
I don't mind it. It's just crazy the number of people that are transferring.
Right.
Because, like Caleb Williams enters the transfer portal. And then you get 3 other people that follow him into the transfer portal because he's leaving. So it helps programs. But it's
Also kills
also
program.
it's also very detrimental.
You know what's
to
killing
program.
right now? Hawaii.
Yes, Hawaii
There's like
is losing.
14 to 17 players left in like a span of a week and a half.
Yeah,
Even the coach's son transferred out of there.
really.
Yeah. Apparently, like, there's been some issues with the coach, how he's handling the players. The players aren't really responding to it, and yeah, even the coach's son
Wow.
is transferring out of his home program.
So I'm gonna run through a few names that are pretty high-profile names that have decided where they are going now.
Okay. Did you mention the other teams other than USC?
Yeah, I said Texas A&M, Notre Dame.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, Notre Dame I think is a long shot because it's cold. But you never know.
Eh.
You never know what he's gonna do. So first off, I'm gonna start off with Tanner McAllister, safety from Oklahoma State. Played a big role in that.
Yeah. Just where's he going, Brad?
He's going to Ohio State.
Yeah.
So he's going to play 2 straight games against Notre Dame. 2 straight. So
2 different outcomes.
probably not, but you can hope. So that's a big pickup because Ohio State needs help in that department back in the,
Don't talk about Ohio State, Brad.
I'm gonna. So they need help there, so that's a big addition.
Okay.
So then you got Casey Thompson, quarterback from Texas. Here's a shocker for you. Transferring to Nebraska. Scott Frost got his next quarterback from Texas.
Nebraska.
Nebraska.
That doesn't make sense to me, but let's see what happens with it.
Well, when I read it first too, I was a little taken back.
Yeah?
Who goes to frickin' Nebraska?
From Texas.
From Texas. But Texas has their next quarterback in Quinn Ewers now. So here, Nebraska. So the next guy on this list, he had a very controversial recruiting cycle. Zach Evans, the running back,
Oh.
ended up committing to Gary Patterson and TCU.
Yeah.
Well, with Gary Patterson out, so is Zach Evans. He is on his way to Ole Miss. Playing for the Lane Train.
Yeah.
I keep saying that one. Over and over
Train got
again.
derailed.
So, I think he'll make a big impact there. I think a really good running game now with him there.
Yeah.
So the next one I got is Zach Calzada, transferring from Texas A&M to Auburn, which we kind of covered already.
Yep.
So we're going right to the next one there. And then you got Dylan Gabriel, the quarterback out of UCF, transferring to Oklahoma.
Oh,
Here's a kicker. There's a kicker here.
there's a kicker?
There's a kicker here. Originally, when he had made a decision,
Yeah.
he was transferring from UCF and going to UCLA. When Caleb Williams entered the transfer portal,
Yeah.
he decommitted from UCLA and committed to Oklahoma.
All right.
So he had quite the trip around the transfer portal.
Yeah, he did.
But so those are the big names that I got for transfers. Guys leaving for the NFL. There's no real big surprises so far.
No.
The two really big names that have came out this week are both Michigan players. You got Aiden Hutchinson that finally declared that he's going to the NFL, and you got David Ajabo that also declared that he was going to the NFL.
Their safety Dax declared
Oh,
too.
Daxton Hill, yep.
Yep.
He declared as well. So Michigan's going to have a lot of revamping to do.
I think they've already got it just with the transfer portal, and they got a lot of key players. Most of it was on offense. A lot of defensive players coming in, but they're going to be freshmen. They're going to be young.
Right.
They're not going to know the scheme. They're
But
not gonna
are
have
they
experience.
really going to get two guys?
They're not going to get the type of caliber. I mean, they might get them there, but they're not going to start off.
And with this Jim Harbaugh rumors going around. What's going to happen there? Michigan keeps me on my toes even when I don't want them to.
I don't know, but it seems fitting because they were just talking about Josh Gaddis is not going to be the offensive coordinator for Michigan very much longer. He's a hot commodity for the head coaching job.
So you think if Jim Harbaugh goes back to the NFL, they're going to promote
Josh Gaddis.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
Maybe I'm just too close to it because I just had the same thing happen to my team.
I mean, that's
my
true.
head coach. Hey, assistant, get in there.
Yeah. I don't know, but so the college football season is coming to an end on Monday.
Sadly.
As sad as it is, it's coming to an end on Monday. But as you guys probably know, as I know, the college football world never sleeps.
No, we don't.
Never sleeps. There is always something going on, and we will be right here to tell you all about it every week.
Every week. So, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, click the bell, hit all on the notifications so you never miss an episode, and we will see you next time.